streams, so assuming... Okay, actually let's just do the intros all again. I don't know how it cut out. Anyways, welcome back to another stream. I'm going to be, as the title says, grinding Ghost Simulator for Gum. Going to be really similar to a lot of my older streams where I just do the same thing over and over again. I will have the chat open on my phone, assuming I remembered to do that. So if you have any questions for me, questions about Ghost Simulator, basically anything in general, feel free to ask them. Hello Charles, hello Chris, hello Hi, hello Islands, Tips and Tricks. I see all you guys said hi in the chat. I'm assuming we're streaming and the audio is working fine, seeing how no one's complained otherwise. Alright. There you go. Yeah, Ghostly Loot Gum is pretty cool. For lots of reasons. Yes, it's working. Thank you. Yeah. It is really easy to get. Like, I have way too much Ghostly Loot Gum that I'm never going to use. But so it's actually pretty easy for people to have too many of, since once you get grinding, you do end up having a lot of extra glitchy loot gum. So you never really have to fall back to Ghostly. I have 80 to 90 plus Ghostly Lucky Gums. Yeah, a lot of the Ghostly Gum just gets kind of ignored and never really used. Like, I have over 100 of Ghostly Lucky Gum that I'm just probably never going to use, since the event, the spring event this year, the gum converter gave you Ghostly Gum, so a lot of people converted that, and now have tons of Ghostly Gum. I'm out of loot gums, 3 Ghostly and 1 glitchy. Ouch. Yeah, with 2 times items, you can grind for gums a lot quicker, but if you don't have 2 times items, getting those loot gums can be pretty difficult. Alright. I think... Yeah, okay, we'll probably start the grind now. So, basically, my strategy is just kind of to come over here and then go through all the areas one by one, grabbing all the ghosts-ish. You'll probably get really used to the cycle I use. I'm not quite yet. I haven't grinded gum in like a few months since the event's been out, and I've been doing that mostly. So my cycle might be a little bit rough on the edges. Also, I rebirthed for the 3rd time last week. Oh yeah, and a really nice job. Those rebirths can be really nice to get through. For some grinders, like the top ones, they can get them pretty regularly. But for a lot of the more casual players, like even me, getting a rebirth in is actually really good. Alright, that first cycle was a little bit slower than I would have liked. I'll probably be closing some stuff like Discord that I've kind of forgotten about to help with that. So, yeah. Here. I'm in the back door. Yeah, getting through those back doors, especially as I said, without 2x items or glitchy loot and loot gum, can be really difficult. All right. Let me double check stuff. Do you know what they added at the previous update except the boss health? Actually, yeah, they added some new classifieds to the Bloxbyte HQ. So if you go in there, looking at each of the developer chests has a new classified with really high stats. So 5 new classifieds in each of the Bloxbyte HQ crates. That's kind of why I'm grinding gum, so I can get that boss gum to easily grind for it. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think we should be good to start another cycle. I kind of wanted to wait a little bit just to make sure we don't get another lag spike. We probably will get some more lag spikes, but for the most part, I think we will be fine. But yeah. Yeah, the Ghost Simulator is pretty fun to grind. I mean, the lag is a little bit annoying at times, but that's kind of just to be expected when I'm streaming on a low-end PC. Doop. Actually, this jetpack is not working without the Agility Game Pass. Actually, the jetpack works pretty well even without the Agility Game Pass. It's just knowing how to use it efficiently. A lot of people don't know like some of the tips and tricks on how to use it really properly, so they end up not getting the most benefit out of it. But yeah, with 2x agility, it does work a little bit better. But like one of the best things that you can do to actually increase how good your jetpack is doing like a small jump before using your jetpack and then jumping. So instead of just holding down spacebar, you can actually go do a jump and then activate the jetpack and get a lot more height that way. Oh, I just realized you have lots of ecto bits. Yeah, actually, this isn't actually too much. I mean, it's a bit, but I had like 3 million worth of ecto tokens from the main hub to convert before, so, or 300 million gems worth of ecto tokens. So that's where all my gems came from. So it's not really too much. I think this is only like maybe getting close to the 10 to 100 million mark. So it's actually not too much. Yeah, having a PC to grind on is actually really good. I'm usually a little less laggy when I'm grinding not on a stream, but that's kind of to be expected, seeing how streaming it does take a lot of resources. question non-related to Ghost Simulator. How long do you think the Minecraft realm will be open for? It will be open until I see a reason that, like, either through inactivity I'm not enjoying it, or yeah, basically until I feel like closing it. I would guess probably at least for the entire summer it'll be open. But it might be quicker depending on how long people are active on it, and stuff like that. I'm planning on covering content throughout the summer, so yeah. Really depends on how much people use it. And how many requests I get in the forum with people using non-Java usernames, since I've received way too many of those. I'm being pretty lucky about the loot, but it's not enough. Yeah, sometimes just getting items just takes forever, even if you're getting pretty lucky. It's really grindy getting through the back door. Alright, I really wanted to join, so I might buy Java soon because I play on Bedrock. Probably don't buy Java just to play on the realm. It's probably not worth it for just that. But yeah. Maybe at some point I might open up, seeing how there's been like half the people who have requested username doesn't quite fit with the Java, so I might actually do in a maybe a year or something open up like a the Bedrock realm, but we'll see. Can I show the Block Spider HQ? I mean, if you haven't got up to it, there's really no reason to know what it looks like beforehand, and if you've got up to it, you basically know what it looks like. It hasn't really changed at all visually since the addition of the classifieds, so nothing visually has changed. But yeah. Alright, the jetpack. Oh, nice job. Yeah, jetpack isn't too useful. The biggest use that I have found for it is just better mobility when you're like glitching out of the map, really. It's the only reason I've ever seen a legitimate use for it, especially since the addition of bunny gums in the gum update. But yeah. But yeah. I can't think grinding at spaceship without a jetpack. Yeah, grinding without the jetpack spaceship is definitely a lot harder to grind. You have like a third of the thing, but other than that, all the rest of the place you can do pretty much the same without. Yay, you're live again? Yeah, it's been a while since I've done Ghost Sim, I guess. Maybe a week. I've been kind of busy. Actually, I probably should be busy right now, but, you know, I figured I might as well go to cover some grinding since I really do need to get some of this done. So, yeah. My cycles today have not been the best, so I don't really expect too much from this 3 hours of grinding. Maybe, like, probably a total of, like, six to 8 boss gums. Which, I mean, is quite a bit, so not too little, but. Alright, I guess we're stuck down at the bottom of this ladder until the jetpack decides to cooperate with the lag. I forgot I can climb ladders. Ignore that. How many mirrors are you planning on getting the next year? I don't really know next year. I mean, over the summer, I think it's probably the longest I can safely assume that Ghost Simulator will still be relevant. They are planning on releasing like 3 new games or something soon. I don't know quite how soon, but I would guess with over the summer at least 2 of the 3 games will be released, since one of them is a Kickstarter or something for Roblox internship or something or another. I would guess like maybe over the summer, I'm planning on getting up to at least 10, so 4 more, maybe as much as 10 more, so we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, the cycles are being really slow today just because of the lags. They are planning a Halloween event soon. I don't know. Halloween's too far out for me to really say anything about it. Yeah. I think the only safe assumption is that there's going to be events or content throughout the summer, since they are planning next update is planning on being a pretty big one lore wise, since Mackie said that we need it, a lot of the lore stuff that people have been searching through recently for it. So I think that's the only real safe assumption right now, is that a bit of content over the summer. Other than that, it's pretty much up in the air on what's going on. Have any of you got Fancy Hammy on your first try? Fancy Hammy isn't too decent. I mean, it's definitely a cool looking one, but it isn't too rare to get on your first try. I think it's like 1 in 10 at the rarest, maybe 1 in 20. But at the same time, 1 in 10 or 120 isn't too rare, which means that basically 1 in 10 to 1 in 20 people will get it first try anyways, so yeah. Any tips on how to get boss gum more easily? Other than having 2 times items and loot gum? Not really. Having a good computer so you don't get as much lag as I'm getting. Not streaming your content so you can actually, you know, play. You know, basic stuff like that. Yeah. Ghost Simulator is deciding not to be friendly today in terms of lag. Hopefully it breaks up later, but for now it's just going to be kind of slow. Yeah, a lot of actually, yeah, Mackie has done a lot of modeling for a lot of different games, so that's actually kind of cool. Stream is lagging really much. Actually, that's my computer that's deciding to lag a lot. It's not the stream's fault, it's my personal computer deciding that, we aren't going to be friendly, I'm pretty sure. Probably due to me streaming and playing Roblox at the same time on a not a high-end device. Is it worth it to select Divine Pack as first rebirth? Not bad. Any of the top 3 I would recommend, and then Divine Pet isn't too bad. Although you're probably better off selecting like Lucky Cat and then grinding for some of those, since those are pretty good in stats and can give a lot more stuff rather than just a good pet. Also, what should I choose for start my rebirth? I actually made a video covering all of that. Basically, in essence, as I said, any of the top 3 are good first times, although it is acceptable to go for a divine one. I would recommend Master Hunter, then Lucky Eyes if you don't have Game Passes, and Ghostly Vision if you do. And then after that, I have no idea. Okay, really, puppy? Siva. Okay, anyways, my dog decides to come in the room to clean herself. Like, really? Can't you go do that somewhere else? Anyways, thinks of 6 dev crate, classified pet in next update provides. Yeah. I chose Ghostly Vision the first time I rebirthed, and it's providing quite useful for leveling up pet quests. Yeah, I mean, as I said, any of the first 3 are probably fine to select as your first rebirth option. Okay. You have a dog? Yeah, I do. Her name is Ziva, and she is weird. She sleeps way too much to be a dog. I actually got Mini Meep in less than 3 days. Oh, yeah, grinding some of those bosses can be really quick if you just have the motivation to grind straight through it. Also, what should I choose next time I rebirth? As I said, any of the top 3 are pretty good. Yeah, getting up to Ghost World, the first part of the grind is usually the fastest for most people. This most time-consuming stuff is usually getting through Yoko, and then backdoor. Oh, I know someone that has your dog's name. Yeah, it's a pretty rare name. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Do you have Steve Ray, the million gum board? Actually, yeah, I have gone through and bought all those except for Hushy Blade, since I am not a really long grinder. So Drone Dude, which I think is probably a pretty cool one. And then I also I have no idea where it is, Steve Ray, which little more different, but yeah, I do have both those. 2 days ago, I got a mini crab with only 6 beach boss chests. Yeah, those are really rare and really nice to see when you get. Unfortunately, their stats are a little bit lacking, so they aren't really as good as you'd hope anymore, since there's a lot better pets. I'm playing a game called Unboxing Simulator. Oh yeah, I think I've played that one a few times. It's weird, I think. The concept behind it is pretty cool, but the way that everything is just kind of the same the whole way through is kind of slightly annoying. How many rebirths have you done? 6. Isn't the classified from Pet Crate 11 the best pet in the entire game? Actually, no. There's actually been now 6 better pets, although 5 of them are basically the same thing. Yeah, let me go grab something really quick. Since the lag just kind of is making Go Simulator unplayable at this point in time. Yeah, let's just... where is it? There you go, Ghostly. Yeah, the current best pets are basically all the ones that were just released from the thing. So, but yeah, there's lots of good pets nowadays compared to when I first started playing. But let me pull up something really quick. Yeah. Those are all the current stats of the pets. So, you can probably see there, Cosmic Wing, which is the thing from crate 11, is actually quite a ways down the list, with only 501 vacuum rate and only 200 cell rate. When you compare that to the Cloud Wave, which is from the Void crate, and then also the newest classifieds, which are the Euphoria and all that, all the way down to Static Phase. All those are the new pets. Basically are the same thing, so you can either consider that 1 pet or 5 pets, however you like. But it's actually now quite lower on that list, and actually it's probably easier for most people to get the Euphoria through Static Phase nowadays. I'm on quest to get every mini boss pet, but I'm never going to use them because their stats are bad. Yeah, that's kind of how it is sometimes. I am on a snow area and unboxing simulator. Yeah, I really don't really know what it is. Coven's one dev head with like infinite stats. Oh yeah, I saw that video where Coven just had a really highly leveled Coven K head, so it basically had infinite stats, really high stats. Yeah, you know the devs can set a pet to infinite. Yeah, they actually, if they set the level high enough, the stats do go up quite a bit. Probably wasn't ready. I find it funny how OP event pets are. Looking at Mini Meep and then looking at pet crates and quest lines. Yeah, a lot of the older pets are really actually pretty bad compared to a lot of the newer stuff. Especially when you look at outdated stuff. Like, for example, the quests for Agent Blaze and Luna, those Wisp and Blaze, Wisp and Sparks pet, they have incredibly low stats for how difficult they are to complete. And then when you look at, like, unboxing Godlies and stuff, those are also pretty hard to do compared to their stats. And then you compare that to stuff like the developer crates, events, as you said, and Lucky Cats. It's pretty wild to see the difference. How can you go with Glitchy Bunny Gum plus Jetpack plus Ghost World Gravity? Depends, since even with like in Main Hub, with just Jetpack and the hoverboard, you can technically infinitely fly. So at that point, I think even with Jetpack and the Ghost World, you can infinitely fly. So I don't think there's really too much that you can say about the actual height of it. But yeah. I should probably go back to grinding at some point, but who knows. Getting close to upgrade. Oh yeah, I know, those Adena upgrades can be really painful. In that game, I could go into event area, even though the event is moved in the game. Yeah, sometimes games do have a little bit of difficulty removing stuff like events when they're supposed to. Sometimes bugs arise and stuff like that. That's just kind of how games work. Occasionally there's small overlooks and you can get into areas like that. But anyways, Yeah. Honestly, I should probably be doing rebirth grinding first, but I feel like trying to at least get a little bit more boss gum and then use all of my boss gum up on the final boss, and see if we can get a class fight. So that's kind of what this stream is going to be for, is getting a little bit more boss gum to use on the final boss. Also, do the backpacks, no, the backpacks increase the limit of the jetpack? Actually, no. The jetpack is always the same no matter which backpack you're using. Doesn't really matter which one. Just as I've said before, there's a little bit of tricks to how to use the jetpack, with doing a little jump before activating it fully to get the maximum height. You can basically, what you want to do is activate it before you jump. Since if you activate it when you jump, the jetpack will activate a little bit later than the start of your jump, which means that you'll have a little bit of time to slow down before having to go speed back up, which just takes a little toll on your the acceleration, which does a massive toll on your total height. Yes, the pack does, however, change the color, which is all aesthetics, which I usually don't care too much about aesthetics. But yeah, if you're into that, you can go change the color of it. Our cycles are being a little bit slow, but that is kind of just how it is. What is the best pack in the game? The hero pack that I'm using, which you can get from the Void, is probably the best pack in the game. I'm trying to change my cycle up a little bit to do the best areas first, so this way I always get the get a little bit more out of each of the times I do the grind, instead of if I get cut short ending without doing this area. So yeah. Kind of just doing it in reverse, pretty much. Also, is Oculus Overseer the strongest pet? No, actually, I think I still have the stats up. Those are all the stats of the current best pets down until developer heads. And as you can probably see from reading the list, there's a lot of better pets than Oculus Overseer, although Oculus is definitely the easiest of them to get, since you basically get one every rebirth, and if you have like 2x items, good grind pets, and stuff like that, you can basically do one in like less than 6 hours. So yeah. Which, I mean, having good pets is a pretty big if, but not too big of an if. Especially with stats being as good as they are. You can easily go grab a few lucky cats. And basically be at the same statistical advantage as most other people. Are the classified stronger? Yeah, classifieds are way stronger. I don't know if you can read the list. It's probably too low of quality for you guys to actually read it, but whatever. I think that worked a lot better than it before. I'll probably remove it now, since I don't think I need it up on screen anymore. Hello, Crappy Cat. When I had max pets in my inven and said 81, even though the max is 80 for me. Yeah, a lot of those things, including opening developer crates, can actually overflow your inventory quite easily. So it's actually pretty easy to get more than your maximum amount of pets or boards. Especially when you're going through like events and stuff, since most of the stuff from events overflows. I got a Puggy, it didn't register. Yeah, there's been a bit of problems recently with the index in trading and stuff. So stuff not registering in the journal is actually been quite annoying recently. So yeah. I mean, I don't personally care too much about journals and making sure that I have everything that I've ever traded for, since basically half my items are already like not recorded, so no reason to worry about the other half. But yeah. What rebirth am I on? I'm on my 6th rebirth. I'm not really planning on rebirthing anytime soon. Maybe in a few weeks once I'm done with getting the final boss, but right now. Does the location affect the amount of time it takes for the message to go through? I'm not quite sure exactly what you're talking about. But okay. If you call for backup, you win? Question mark. That is so satisfying. Talking about unboxing simulator. Yeah, okay. That makes a bit more sense why I don't understand everything completely. And yeah, I understand this is probably not going to be the most efficient gum grinding session I've ever done, since I'm spending way too much time on chat, but that's kind of just how this live stream will probably go then. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be the amount of quality I was hoping for in terms of grinding. If I wanted that, I probably should have just not scheduled the live stream and done it myself, but this is definitely a lot more fun. Let's grab all of these. I've also started to notice that the lag's gone down a little bit more since the longer I've been playing. Hopefully that's not just my computer dying slowly inside. But yeah. I'm not going to really speak about that too much, since usually that's something the moderators are going to be in charge of, not someone like me. And usually my opinion is if you get banned, it's usually for a reason. So yeah. Oh, I mean, if the message is from like another country, it'll take longer. Probably. Servers, there is a little bit of lag between servers like that. Also, in general, there is a little bit of time, like 10 seconds or 20 seconds, from any message to show up in live chat. I don't know if they account for the regional differences with that time, or if a separate timer is for that. But whatever the case is, yeah, there's definitely going to be a little bit of difference. I don't know how huge or small or whatever it is, but there's going to be some difference no matter what between regions. So yeah. So many people watching. Yeah, some of these streams get a little bit bulky, and it's kind of surprising to see when that happens. But it's definitely really weird to see that happen when I'm literally just doing something. Really not too entertaining, like grinding gum over and over and over again, like this. Especially when I'm lagging half the time and you really can't, and I'm running at like 1 frame a second or something. That's when it gets really confusing why there's so many people watching. But yeah, you know, maybe I'm just interesting or something. I don't know. Probably not. Alright, overcharge, there it goes, so I should be able to overcharge in this corner. But yeah. Hopefully it's been about 40 minutes, so probably have around one boss gum worth of items to convert. But yeah. It was definitely interesting to get all the gums from the event. Since I'm not really used to having ghostly gum, it's really kind of the first time I've had any more than like 50 ghostly gum, and I have like double the amount of glitchy gum I have, which is even stranger. Since normally there really isn't any good way to grind ghostly gum, since unlike in the main hub and backdoor, where the later areas drop more items which can be converted for more gum. The Ghost World's kind of the opposite. The better the item, the less it drops, meaning the items that convert for less drop less often, and the items that convert for more drop more often, meaning there's really no good place to grind. Whereas with backdoor and like main hub, the later areas drop multiple of items, or more than before. Like for instance, Ice Cave drops between like 1 in 7 or so items regularly, or 0 and something, I guess. But it drops a lot more items regularly compared to like the first few areas, and then they also convert for a lot more. So it's definitely interesting to see their difference in how long it takes to grind. You'll fight final. Probably not be fighting final this stream. It's probably just going to be dedicated solely for gum. I'm used to the other cycle. I don't play Ghost Simulator because it's so boring now that I go to Tower Defense Simulator. In that game, a match in the game could last 51 minutes. Yeah, it's really about what you find fun anyways with games. So I know a lot of people are put off by Ghost Simulator just because of how much grinding's in the game, the depth of the lore, and just basically the overall complexity of the game, compared to other games which are a lot simpler goals and stuff like that, which I can definitely understand. So yeah, Yoka takes so long to wait for the bosses and such. Yeah. That's definitely one of the longer quest lines. Fortunately, I think the one thing about it, though, that makes it good is that it basically takes the same amount for grinders and non-grinders alike to complete it. You basically just boss hop, or server hop in main hubs for a while to get it done. And then comparing that with the normal... comparing that with some of the stuff like getting through backdoor, which for non-grinders, getting through the backdoor can be like a 10 to 12-hour ordeal, whereas for people like me with good pets and game passes and gum, we can get through it in like under an hour easily. So definitely is not the worst thing about Yoko. You just have to do a lot of server hopping or use boss bait, which most people don't have boss bait to use. I'm doing pretty good on my boss bait amount, since I did a little bit of grinding on David while that was still worthwhile, and then did a bit of time into doing For an Every Life is definitely helping, along with the small little drops that I get here and there from the Ghostly Vision loopbacks. Boop, boop. I don't server hop because my Roblox sometimes doesn't work, and if I leave the server, it might not let me join for the rest of the day, so I have to. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. I would guess that was maybe a one-time occurrence because Roblox decided to go down, or something, rather than your computer just not doing it correctly. But yeah, that's quite annoying. Another thing you could do is just kind of do this, hop to like Ghost World, then hop back to main hub a lot, and get new servers that way, which you basically stay in Ghost Simulator that way. I'll go see ya. Bye, Islands and Tricks. Would it be funny if Ghost Simulator Among Us did some Among Us stuff? I'm not really too much into the memes, and I prefer like memes to stay out of like complex games like Ghost Simulator, to not really care too much about me adding too many memes in the game, since it really takes away from like the serious complex aspect of it into like the clickbaity stuff. So I'd say no, that would not be very funny or cool, but it definitely would be interesting. Let's go grab those. But yeah, I'm going to go server hop. I go to Ghost World, then back to main hub. Yeah, I leave and join it breaks. I don't know if it's my laptop. Yeah. As I said, it might have just been a one-time circumstance where you did it once, and it didn't work because like Roblox was down for whatever reason, and then you kind of just expect it to happen every time. Of course, it could actually be something broken, like your laptop settings are weird or something like that, and Roblox just doesn't work. And Roblox actually does break. But yeah, that's definitely interesting. Let's go grab these two guys, since why not? Yeah, I don't think they're planning on doing anything like that. But definitely interesting to see all the Among Us stuff. Anyways, definitely going to be cool to see what they do next update, since that's going to be a pretty big lore one. What is your favorite boss or mega boss? I really like the final. The music is great. The concept behind it is great. The other boss that I've really liked has been the Atlantis boss, since it kind of pierced through armor, and you had to actually like pay attention during it if you weren't using like the cheesy way of photon blasting it. But yeah, probably final boss is my favorite, since it doesn't do corruption. It's time based. It's just a lot more interesting of a fight compared to the normal mega boss experience. Grab these gems while we're here. I mean, they aren't going to really help my gem amount too much, seeing how it's like less than 1% of my total gems, but might as well grab them. so I'm not missing out on them later. I think it not working was a problem with something on my laptop because last month it happened almost every day, but now it's kind of fixed and it barely happens, so it might have been Roblox. Yeah, some problems like that are really hard to understand with computers and stuff. Like even for people who work with computers, sometimes there's just random problems for literally no reason, or a completely unrelated issue causing a weird problem. Just interesting with computers. Was there a mega boss for the summer event? No. During the Atlantis event last year, I'm assuming that's the summer event you're referring to. There was no mega boss. All it was the mini boss of Mini Dutchman, which did weird things to your or not weird. It ignored heavy armor, so yeah, that's basically the there was no mega boss or anything like that. It dropped keys, so yeah. Also, a question. Why is the Ghost World, what is your favorite area in Ghost Simulator? Yeah, I really don't know. I think the Ghost World is pretty weird, and that's kind of cool. But also, some areas, like the main hub, or Void and stuff like that. I'm assuming I don't know exactly what you're talking about compared to, like, areas in, these teleport areas, or areas as in the biomes in each separate area. But yeah, Jolly Roger is literally a boat. A Jolly Roger is usually actually the name for a flag for like pirates and stuff. I think I'm probably getting that completely wrong. But yeah, Jolly Roger usually has some comparison to boats and stuff. Similar to Mini Dutchman or Dutchman, where it's a ghost ship. Jolly Roger is like a pirate ship. So yeah. Any place in the game? Probably I would say the Void, since that's actually a really cool area, and definitely gets a lot less attention than it really should. It's definitely nicely made. It's different than the other things since its areas only spawn one type of ghost. It only drops gems, which is kind of worthless. The ghosts are a little bit low in health, which also makes it more worthless. But there's a lot of things that are cool about it. Yeah, it goes from Jolly Roger to Mini Dutchman. It's definitely one of the most interesting things in Ghost Simulator, especially since there's already a Mini Dutchman pet, a different Mini Dutchman pet, and so having they now have two very similar pets named Mini Dutchman that just differ in their color. So yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I think it's because of how they have the Ghostly Vision bosses structured, where they're kind of themed after other mini bosses from events. Like the mini dino is after the is a recolored version of the Dino King, or from the Dino event. And then so they did the same thing with Jolly Roger, where it's basically a recoloring of the Mini Dutchman from the that event. Unfortunately, the names do overlap, so that's kind of just how it is. How do you use overcharge in mobile? Hold down on the screen. I think I don't play on mobile, so asking me questions about how to do stuff on mobile is probably going to be useless, since I've really only played Ghost Simulator on PC. Yeah, just hold down your screen. Okay. I thank you guys for answering his question. But it's overcharge is weird. What's the easiest way to get a classified? Yeah, this really depends. What type of classifieds you prefer and stuff like that. I would say the easiest way to get a classified would be to go for get a lot of gems, like 10 or 20 million from just completing the void, and then go use some lucky gum along with unboxing a lot of like board crate 1. That can get you easy feather shock pretty quickly. So that kind of classified. However, if you're wanting like a classified pet, it's a lot more difficult. You could do the same thing with getting like a rainwave, but you might also be better off trying for one of the classifieds in the current Bloxbite HQ if you have 2 times drops. Yeah, getting a classified is weird. I haven't really done much. As you can see, I'm literally no classified pets in my inventory. But yeah. Rift gum. Yeah, using Rift gum can be pretty good. It's a pretty rare gum. It's not quite 1,000 times. And if you, but it's like 150, I think, for glitchy. But still, it's pretty good. It's not 1,000. It's only 150 max multiplier. But it's still pretty good. You can use it if you have stored up, or the best way to do is store up a lot of anonymous loot bags, and then open those with it, since it'll multiply anonymous loot bags, and you'll get basically like 10 million gems from each loot bag, or something ridiculous like that. Maybe only like 1 million, but still, if you have like 2,000 or even like 500 or so anonymous loot bags, and each of them gives you 2 million, that's still like 1 billion gems, which is ridiculous. How long are you streaming? Planned on doing it for 3 hours. So probably won't. So still be streaming by the time you leave. I actually never seen. No, it's only for. Yeah, the only gum that, or only luck that luck gum affects is going to be your pet and board crates from shops. All the other stuff from bosses and developer crates and anything not with the chances already marked is not going to be affected by luck gum. What is your favorite ghost, not boss or mega boss? Great question. Yeah, I really don't know. I don't really have favorite ghosts like that. I don't like odd numbers. Let's see, where's my loot gum? There it is. I like to convert every hour, so probably once I'm done with this gum, we'll go and convert the gum really quick. Probably get like nothing since I haven't really been doing like the solid hour grinding. I've done like maybe half of the time I've been grinding. So only really expecting like one boss gum from this, which definitely is going to hurt my overall chances of getting keys. So we'll see how that works. Oops, overcharge there. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite ghost. I'm kind of doing this grind for a little bit and then probably going to go back to reading chat while I go and convert gum. Yeah. I'm still kind of thinking. I mean, obviously, all the ghosts that are purple are quite cool. But I don't think I've really paid attention to how a ghost looks since like the first time I played Ghost Simulator. It's kind of just been like, oh, there's a ghost. Let's go vacuum it. That grindy concept rather than being like, oh, that's cool looking. But yeah. Probably something like a dragonfly or something that's different in shape and something like that. Like, I have a least favorite ghost, which not quite the same thing, but the bat from the Halloween events, that's definitely my least favorite ghost since its hitbox was just jank. Let's go right through. I'm on 7918 quest for Ghost Hunter Yoko. The main reason I did him because Agent Blaze needs his key. But I ends quest, I'll get turbocharger. Yeah, Yoko's definitely weird. Hello, Psychoblocks. Highest. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was kind of doing a little bit of stuff. What is your favorite quest line in the game? I really like the infinite quest line of David. It's really grindy and gives you pretty nice rewards ish. They are a little bit worse now because of Rebirths and all that fun stuff. But it definitely was a good quest line. Yeah, Ghost Hunter Yoko is difficult to complete. Definitely worthwhile. Let's open up you. Turn your number up a little bit. Did you know you can still shoot with the thing once your battery is finished? Actually, you don't think you can. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't really done too much extensive. But with 300 gum, I'm kind of only expecting like 1 or 2 boss gum. So, got about average, which isn't too bad. So, that's pretty cool. But yeah. I'm debating on going and stopping for Anonymous. Yeah, I'll go grab Anonymous really quickly. Yeah, no reason not to. Might as well strip some more of his loot bags. You use an auto clicker for the gum things, right? Yeah. It just makes it so much quicker. When can we join VIP? When? I don't know. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to much of what I get other than the amount of boss gum, since really the rest of it's kind of just useless anyways. I'm never going to be using any of this gum down here. Like, there's no way I'm going through 1k of any of these gums. Like, even if I traded it to people, it's still not going to go too quickly. Same thing with, like, loot at this point. I mean, loot I can keep, but, like, nitro gum, I'm never using it. Same with, like, bunny gum. I can use X gum, but, yeah, bunny gum's never getting used. Can you use boss gum on final boss? And if you can, how? Yes. And when it locks your hoverboard icon kind of stays there, although locked. And when you click on your locked hoverboard icon, it will open up your inventory to here. And then you can go switch over to character and select your gum to use. So yes, you can. I use nitro gum for the mega boss so it doesn't catch me and I'm always running low on them. Yeah, I don't really use any gum other than boss gum on the fight. It's really not needed, or I really haven't seen a use to it. What's been your favorite event? Probably the first Halloween event they had. I played that one a lot. The boss was really difficult, which was really fun. I wish I had more time to play it, since I only got 150 keys out of the 250 I was planning on getting for a Darkwing, which would have been really cool to have right about now, but sadly I didn't make it. When can we join VIP? I probably won't be doing anything with people being able to join VIP this stream. It's mostly just a grind stream. That's interesting. Now I know. I definitely did not know that before now. Looks like we also got onto the daily leaderboard, which with only like an hour, which is actually really fun to do if you guys haven't yet. Grinding to get onto the daily leaderboard if you want, even up to like first place, can be really fun to do. If you have nothing else to do in a day, doing that can be quite fun. It might take a little bit if you don't have good pets, but if you have even just like mythicals from the developer crates, you should be fine. Since once you have that, your vacuum stats are pretty much good. What's your favorite board? Stand to Slay. Like, no contest really there. After Santa Slay, I don't really know. But Santa Slay just allows you to glitch into so many weird areas. I'll probably take a little bit of time to show you guys once I'm done with the cycle, maybe. Or at least one of the easier ones to do. Might get patched soon. I did kind of, they were kind of patching a little bit of it, like the complete wrong thing though. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of nerf Santa Slays that no longer could glitch through walls. But it'd still be one of my favorites. It's a really cool looking board. After Santa Slay, I really don't know. I mean, Egg Drop, because I did stupid things with Egg Drop. But other than that, there's really not too many good boards that I really like. Anything purple. So like Glismoda, the most recent Godly Shop board is really cool, since it's purple. But yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Favorite event, Mega Boss. As I said, the dungeon for the mini hollows would be my favorite. It was a long boss fight, hard, and I like to do hard stuff in Ghost Simulator since it makes the game a lot more fun in my opinion. Let's just grab all these, because why not? But yeah. Are you good at Roblox Arsenal? Not really. I'm pretty bad at first-person shooters of all kinds. I'm terrible at fast-paced games. That's kind of why I play Ghost Simulator. My favorite board is the Fishbowl from Atlantis event. I always use it, and a lot of people come to asking to trade. Yeah, some of those, a lot of older event stuff like that can be really cool to have. I don't really have too much more old stuff, other than like random stuff like Starfleet, which isn't too rare. Let's see. I know I have a few other decent things in my inventory. Nightlight from the Christmas 2019 event is pretty cool. Probably. See, I could have sworn I had some decent other stuff. MOPQRS. Yeah, okay, I have this from the 2019 event. Yeah. I thought I had more from the 2019 event, but apparently I don't. But yeah, some of those legendaries are pretty cool. Even some of the older stuff is cool. What would your reaction be if you got 10 classifieds in a row? I would question who changed my luck value. Since getting any more than 2 is statistically impossible. Like, getting 2 on its own is going to be really rare. But getting any more than 2 can be quite... I would consider... Getting in more than 2 in a row is impossible. I'm just going to say that now. But yeah, that's one of the easiest glitches that you can do with Santa Sleigh, and that's kind of why I like it. You can just literally glitch into these random places and just kind of be like, hello. Also useful for some other things like, yeah, you can't really glitch out very easily, but you can glitch in. But yeah. Getting down is pretty easy. But that's that. Who is your favorite dev? Coven. She does a lot of the community stuff. Really nice. Yeah. Mackey's also does a lot of community stuff too. It's also nice. Actually, all the developers I think are nice. I haven't really talked to Adam. I don't think really anyone has. But he does coding, so that puts him up a few steps in my book, since coding is really fun in my opinion. All the devs are really cool. And they're definitely better than me. Actually, I think I joined during the Atlantis event. Yeah, a lot of people come in during the events and really just for the events, since there is a little bit of surge of popularity, so it gets a little bit more attention during those times. But yeah, so it's kind of expected for new people to come, especially like the spring events, spring and Easter event. Brought in a lot of new players into Go Simulator, which has definitely been cool. Even if, like, you know, they just kind of play for the event half the time, but, you know. Do you have friend groups you play with? Not really. I'm kind of a solo person. I don't really make too many friends, ever. I never really have. And I prefer games that I can play by myself, which is kind of why I like Go Simulator. You can basically do everything you want by yourself. You don't have to worry about getting other people to come help you with stuff, which is something I prefer, to be able to do everything I want to alone, so I don't need to rely on other people, or potentially drag other people down by when I just mess up. So yeah. It got up to 2,000 players during the Metaverse event. Yeah, sometimes Ghost Simma just spikes in popularity. That's kind of how all games work, especially when you are related to that. It was definitely nice to see it get a lot of player count, and actually a lot of those players have retained. It's a little bit of a hard game to get into, since a lot of the end game stuff is where the fun really starts. It's kind of hard to get there, especially when you have no idea how to get there. But yeah. Do you have Bitbox? You definitely do. If you do, show me. Sure. I'll do it once I'm done with this grind. This gum at least. So yeah, I can do that really quickly. Boop, boop. Probably while doing anonymous, since I kind of want to do that for some loot packs. Let's go charge. Really no reason to charge, but might as well. We're up to 11th, which we've literally done nothing compared to like last time. It's definitely weird to... Okay, so Bitbox, it's the mythical hoverboard that you get from buying it with blocks tokens, or ecto bits, I think is what they're called. It's one of those around boards where it kind of goes around you. I think this is the first time I've ever used it. I mean, it's cool. I don't really like it too much. So yeah. What is your favorite pet? Purple. Do you think Ghost Sim is underrated? Definitely, it's definitely an underrated game. There's definitely a lot more. It's the problem is kind of Ghost Simulator in itself. It's very complicated, which turns a lot of newer players away from it. That combined with it being a little bit Game Pass heavy now, does a little bit more to turn people away. But other than that, it's a bit underrated, mostly due to that complex ratio. But yeah. Do you have a Discord server? I do not have a Discord server yet. I've been thinking about making one for a while, like past few weeks. But I haven't really seen the purpose to do that yet. Probably during the summer sometime I'll get the Discord server up and running. But it's a bit. Is there an event coming now? I don't know. Probably not. I would guess that during the summer we might see one event, but it's going to be probably closer to the end, like mid-July, beginning of August, rather than June. So yeah, especially seeing how the next update, which is going to be 2 Fridays from now, the 18th, is going to be a big lore update. So there's really no reason to have that during an event. So might be a little while before we get a new event. What's your favorite boss? I think I already answered this. I really like the final boss. Although the one from the mini boss from the Atlantis event was really cool. The music for the final boss is definitely pretty cool, and the concept behind it, how it differs from basically every other boss, is definitely nice. Let's see, there's another question I saw. I'm kind of doing a little bit of multitasking here. Lore means story. Yeah, lore is basically the story of the game, what they've developed and stuff like that. So, doop. What mega boss is better, Meep or Bunny? I'm assuming. I'm not quite. Meep is better, I would say. A lot of people, the Bunny was kind of good stats, really easy to get since it was a much shorter boss fight. The one thing that you do have with Meep is people were able to use like boss gum and stuff. But I think even then, the Bunny is going to be still worth a little bit less just because there wasn't any dungeon to it. But yeah. I'm not quite sure exactly what the question was, but hopefully that answered it. Lore means story. Yeah, lore basically means the story, or the it's kind of complicated to explain, but basically what's going on in the thing, like what's the underlying purpose, why is things happening and stuff like that. and we have managed to get ourselves glitched into a bridge, which it's not too rare, seeing how Ghost Sim is part of Roblox and there's so much glitching you can do in Roblox. But yeah, let's see. There you go. What's your favorite boss? I think I already answered that question with final boss, Atlantis event boss, the mini detriment from that event, and then also mini hollows is pretty up there too. Yeah, a lot of even English-speaking people really don't know what lore means. It's really hard to put down in words without like looking at a dictionary. Even once you look at a dictionary, it doesn't help because it's like 20 words in a row, and you're like, yeah. I mean, most English-speaking people don't even understand what half the words in English mean. It's definitely interesting to see that. Like even I don't understand half of what's being said when people talk in English. But yeah. Doop. What if Ghost Simulator added a whole new area, like, I'm assuming you're just talking like whole new area like main hub or backdoor again. I'd be interested to see how they made that fit. Since currently in Ghost Simulator you have rebirths, adding a whole new area, you can't really add a whole new area and after you've added rebirths like that. The game, that's unfortunately not how rebirths work, since either you'd have to segment it into the middle of the thing, which isn't how really progression should work, or you add it to the end and no one does it because rebirths. So I don't really know. I guess the answer is I don't think I'd be happy with that. They'd have to really introduce it weirdly. But yeah. What do you guys think about doing just finishing up this hour of gum and then switching over to doing final boss for like an hour? I don't know if that would be like it would be something I'm interested in, and since gum grinding is getting like a little bit boring, or I'm at least not doing too well on it, so but yeah, use up like probably use up all the glitchy boss gum I just got on an hour of grinding. Yeah, okay. Alright, you'd be okay with that? Alright, that's okay. I'm just wondering if you guys would find that more interesting or not. I guess really no matter what I'm doing this stream, it's going to be about the same interesting, since it's basically me just playing Ghost Simulator, and grinding Ghost Simulator is not always the most interesting thing to do anyways. So I think that would be, I think I'm going to go do that after like 40 minutes once this hour of gum grinding's over. Hopefully we get at least 2 boss gum from this, so we can use all 4 glitchy gum on it. But yeah, that would be 32 keys from 3 hours ish, which is pretty good. It's about 10 an hour. I mean, technically speaking, if I was grinding at best efficiency with gum, I'm getting usually around 3 an hour. But I'd be fine with getting to an hour during a stream, since a lot lower frame rates and a little bit tougher to grind. Same, but a bit too much like quests and gems and grinding. Yeah, and the ghosts are going to be hard. Yeah, a lot of people find grinding to be pretty difficult in Ghost Simulator. So, definitely interesting to see that. Let's see. We'll probably be getting up to... Ooh, definitely not top 3. I was about to say we'd be getting up to top 3, seeing how we're already at like number 7, and then I looked at top 3 and realized they're all in the hundreds of whatever much we have. I haven't checked my ectoplasm in a while. Probably will do that between gums, I think, maybe. Really quick. Oh, we're still recovering from the overcharge that we did. Ah. I like the void would be... I like the void would be hard to grind out. Alright. I'm trying to read and grind at the same time. It is. And I am failing miserably. Alright, let's... Excuse me while I finish up this gum. Since I'm using it miserably. Let's go. Yeah, rest in peace, chat. I see there's a lot of people asking questions and talking, and I'm a bit busy right now, unfortunately. So I'll be getting back to that in like 5 seconds. So, okay. Let's see. They need to add stronger vaccine packs. I feel like the vaccine packs are good. I mean, of course, that's coming from someone who's used to lower pets. Like, you guys are all used to, like, instantly vacuuming everything no matter what. I would say, once you guys start playing, probably not. But, like, you guys are used to having really good pets. Like, I went through this game, for the first time, went basically all the way through the backdoor, with pets the stats of Mini Fluff, which are lower in base stats than a, Bubby or the code pets that you guys have been using. Yeah, because you need like 5 boss bows to beat that. Yeah, that'd be interesting if they added more vaccine packs to the void but made it harder. I don't know if I'd enjoy that too much. I think that'd be kind of bad. Around how long does it take to solo the final boss? I've only done it once, and it was like 6 other players, but I have to redo it for my second Rebirth. I usually take around 15 minutes when I solo the final boss. So 15 minutes is usually what I count for. If you're doing it for the first time, probably you're going to be using all 20 minutes of it, closer than the 15, but 15 minutes is usually my average. Now question... Hello, JW. I have no idea what the rest of it is. It looks like random... Yeah, okay. Let's see. Probably charge up and go do another... Already up to 5th. Yeah, leaderboard today is not very competitive for Ghost Simulator. Sometimes the leaderboard, you see, like... literally it starts at the hundreds, but today I'm basically I'm basically not doing any grinding. I've only done like maybe a solid hour total, and I'm already top 5. So yeah, today would definitely be a decent day for you guys to grind on the leaderboard if you want to. Like 2 hours using similar stuff to what I would do would probably get you bottom, even if you have bad pets. How much does the starter bag hold? I'm assuming you mean for like the Game Pass. If you played the game at all, the Game Pass is not worth it. The thing. I think it's like 5,000. I think. So if you've played like at all or have even decent pets, you'll be able to buy better stuff in like 5 minutes. So I wouldn't recommend buying the starter pack at all. Or like the starter Game Pass, so don't do that. Definitely would be your Robux would definitely be well spent buying something like 2 times items. I prefer Robux since I'm less of a meme person myself. I don't like really. What up? It turns out something unmuted, so that's interesting to hear myself. Hopefully that doesn't create too much of a feedback loop. Alright. There we go. We should be back. I think I've also completely ruined the cycle. But whatever. Something went wrong somewhere and my mic, I think the audio cut out. Anyways, let's see. What am I doing? I'm trying to remember where I was at. I think I was grinding gum. But yeah, about 30 more minutes of this and then I'll switch over to grinding final boss. Hopefully we get 2 more glitchy boss gums so we can just do a solid hour glitchy boss gum, rather than having to go back to some ghostly stuff, since ghostly is just slightly worse. It's like a third, 30% worse, so definitely prefer not to have to use that. Ouch. That's fine. Yeah, no, definitely I would prefer people to be doing something productive in real life versus watching some random dude stream game on YouTube. Since I know I get stuck into YouTube rabbit holes really easily, I would rather prefer you guys not to. Since I go down a YouTube rabbit hole every once in a while and I don't get any homework done. I mean, yeah, so. Alright, only listening to you. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I know sometimes I'm doing, watching a YouTube video and then playing games at the same time or doing homework or something. I usually don't do homework and watch YouTube at the same time. I find that to be a little bit less productive than just doing one of them. Usually I end up just watching YouTube, you know, instead of doing homework, but, yeah. Also, where's Jones' green jar of Jew? So if you go to the hoverboard time trial, on the lower left, there's a little ledge, like the entrance of it, the same like islandish. Over to the left side of the hoverboard time trial, down a little bit, there's a little side island with it on it. Are you doing exams? I do have my finals left, like for college. So I still have to do that stuff eventually. But you know, that isn't really due until the end of like, you know, tonight. So definitely have time to stream instead of getting homework done. Oh sheesh, I've definitely have terrible priorities. But yeah. Alright, let's see that. Back to grinding gum, I guess. Probably want to select a different board since this one's getting a little bit uncomfortable to be using. A little bit big for my liking. What's your FPS? Probably like I'm usually I have no idea what my FPS currently is. I don't keep track of that. I would guess probably between 10 and 20, or 10 to 30. While streaming, it's a bit lower than what it normally is at. But yeah, it's usually around 10 FPS, which I am pretty much used to, but isn't really too good for streaming, I've heard. Which, you know, we can pretend I'm actually having good FPS. Yeah, no, I don't really see any reason to have better, so it's kind of what I'm doing. Let's see. I'm back. Welcome back. Yeah. Saxophone lessons. Yeah, I haven't really done any instruments. I'm not really musical at all, so, you know, not really into that. But I do hear instruments are kind of fun to play. I'm used to it as well, since most of the time my laptop's is in 20 FPS, and the max I've ever seen it go to is 60. Yeah, I think while I'm playing Minecraft and streaming, like I was, well, usually I'm doing it on Optifine, so it's a bit better than it was last time I was streaming Minecraft. Optifine for 1.17 hasn't come out yet, unfortunately, so I'm kind of just chilling with the normal stuff, which means I can't see my FPS, but usually when I'm doing that, it's usually between 10 and 20, so not the best, but I'm kind of used to 10 frames per second at this point in time. I probably won't be getting anything better than 10 FPS anytime soon, since I'm not really see too much of a point of upgrading stuff like that unless I grow a lot more. I have not heard of that. I really am not too much into like the what are they called? Statistics? Not really. Like the really gamery aspects of like processing power and stuff like that on computers. I'm more just into playing random games that I enjoy rather than worrying too much about how my computer's handling it. I also know our normal FPS for human eyes is 60. Yeah, I don't really know. It's definitely varies a lot with humans on what it is. I'm not a scientist, so I don't really know. And even the scientists, it's really hard to measure what the thing is, since you have to account for like reaction time and stuff like that rather than it. And with humans, it's like a not really binary, a sliding scale. You have a lot more where you can pick up at some points and then lose them at some others. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. At least that's what Google says. So yeah, Google usually has good answers for that kind of questions. It's just not always do we have the best answers for those types of questions. So yeah, research definitely changes a lot. Yeah, I know that glitch. If your character can just kind of malform pretty easily. I really don't watch other YouTubers too much. I think the most I've ever really watched on, in terms of other YouTubers, is like Hermitcraft, really. So yeah. Especially other Roblox YouTubers I don't really watch. Since I don't really see Roblox as too much of a game that's interesting to watch. Even though I'm covering content on Roblox. I feel like Go Simulator is a little bit of a different game where there's enough complex aspects to it where it is worthwhile to cover. Where compared to like the popular games on Roblox, like Adopt Me and a lot of those, any content you cover on them is basically repetitive and super basic. Yeah. Do you play Piggy? Actually, I really haven't played Piggy too much. I like the puzzle aspect of it. I just don't like how you have to kind of play as a team. I don't really like team-based games where you have to play as a team to really be able to get good. I mean, I really haven't played any other Roblox games other than Ghost Simulator in like the last year or so. So I've definitely I've been planning on getting into World Zero. I've been saying this for like the last month or something. Planning on trying that out, but I really just haven't had time where I've wanted to do it. I'd probably record like a small 10-minute video or something on me trying it out for the first time, seeing if I like it and giving my opinions on it. Although I don't know how good of a video that would turn out to be since my editing skills are quite lacking. Yeah. So we'll see what if I ever do get into other Roblox games, what they'd be. Yoko took so long. Yeah, Yoko's very interesting to get through. I mean, I personally am fine with it, but that's mostly since I have boss bait, so I can skip the longer aspects of it. But server hopping can make it a lot quicker, and since basically anyone can server hop, it's pretty fine there. Easier to learn. Yeah, Go Simulator, even though it does have like that somewhat tutorial aspect with Gabe, it's definitely very hard to get into. Like when I first played Go Simulator, my first reaction was seeing the whole map and just having no idea what to do. Like I spawned in and I see Gabe standing there. I see so many things to do, and I'm like, I have no idea what to do. And fortunately, I did decide to go walk over to Gabe and talk to him. And that kind of helped me out with his tutorial. But it's definitely interesting to see that. Like I remember the first time I played. Wait, do I actually have a decent? I do actually have a decent number with zeros and stuff. I remember the first time I played, I was reading like the signs above the Gabe, like those signposts about which ways to go, and seeing just so many different ways to go. Taking a while to like walk each place was definitely harder. It's weird to get into. Yeah. Yeah, the events can be really helpful. It's definitely something that you can focus on that are easier to understand in that some sense. They're getting thrown straight into the game. So yeah. I don't even remember why I played Ghost Simulator for the first time. I don't know who recommended to me if I found it on like the simulators. Actually, yeah, I think I did find it on like the simulator aspect of like the Roblox page, maybe. It's either that or someone recommended it to me. I have no idea how I found Ghost Simulator. I can't really remember. I do remember like my first impressions of walking in the game, as I said. But I don't remember how I found it in the first place. Whether it was a game someone recommended to me or just something I found randomly on Roblox. So, yeah, and now I am like a year and a half later and I'm making content for it and have no idea why I'm playing it in the first place. That's definitely interesting. But yeah. Yeah, it is really hard to understand the complexity of the lore. I don't think anyone actually has fully understood the lore of Ghost Simulator yet. There's some unexplained aspects. Very recently, people have finally started digging into some of the lore, although not enough. Like, for instance, Yoko and Rowan are brothers, and that's been in the game for like six months since The Void came out, and literally no one knew it until people started reading unfinished dialogue in The Void. So yeah, that's a thing. There's apparently info on who Green Girl, the Green Hologram is, and who the Rebirth NPC are. I mean, some of the easier stuff that's like in basic dialogue, like Bo being, who Bo is, stuff like that, is pretty easy to find. But yeah, also some of the some events have had lore. And since no one really read the event dialogues too well, it kind of got buried. But yeah. Do you play on PC or laptop? I'm playing on a laptop, which I think it is considered a PC, a personal computer. A laptop is considered a personal computer, but yeah, I don't have like the PC set up with like the computer terminals and your monitor and everything like that. It's a laptop, which has not the best specs for playing games, which I'm fine with having lower specs. I don't need to be running at anything more than 5 FPS at any given time, but it's not always the best for covering content when you have to record and stuff like that. Won't be getting an upgrade in the next year though, so it's what I have. How's your day? How's my day? Actually, thank you for asking. I know a lot of people don't ask that too often. I've noticed that a lot more people are asking that question, and usually the answer is good or something like that, which I'm not really a fan of, so I usually try to give an honest answer. I like streaming, so every time I'm streaming, it usually means I'm feeling pretty nice. The thing is, I am getting towards the end of school, which is also really good. But I also have a lot of stuff that I really need to get done, like now. So I should probably have been doing homework instead of streaming this. Like I have a discussion board essay due later today. So I should probably have been doing that instead of streaming. Recently, I've been a bit drained in terms of like what I want to do. Not wanting to do not wanting to do anything and knowing I need to get something done. So literally, that's not been the best. But yeah, the realm has actually been pretty fun. Not too many people playing it regularly. It's not like one of those things where you can hop on at any time and see someone playing it, but enough people are playing it that I don't feel like I'm overstretching my own time on it so far. Although I probably will end up being one of the longest players on it just because it is kind of mine. But yeah, that's realm's been pretty nice. But yeah, thank you guys for asking, and yeah, that's basically what's going on in my life. I hope you guys are all doing well too. I know right now a lot of people are both really stressed out, tired, and not enjoying stuff right now. Like, stress has been ridiculous recently for most people I know. Just been busy, and not getting like everything you need. But yeah, I don't understand the point of having with all the setup if a laptop can do basically the same thing. Yeah, that's going for that much bigger when you can get basically the same amount for a thing. The thing is, it's when you actually think about it, it's actually a lot better than the same thing. Like mine is terrible. And if I was to upgrade to like double the price range of this, I could probably get a lot better. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely I prefer going cheaper on most things than most people. Whenever I go to join main hub or Ghost World, it no clips me through the ground, and same for Ghost. Yeah, there are a lot of glitches in Ghost Simulator with clipping and stuff, just because of Roblox and stuff and rendering taking a little bit. Usually you can charge back and get back to the ground, but yeah, Ghost clipping through the ground can be a little bit problematic. Do you have to pay for the Minecraft realm? I don't understand how it works. Basically with the Minecraft realm, the owner of it has to pay every month, which I don't really find too much of a hassle. But everyone else, they should get like a little invitation, which is hard to find. It has to go click on that to get access to it. But no one else has to pay, just the owner. Of course, you do have to have Minecraft, which is a price, but that's a set price that you don't have to pay regularly. So yeah. Let's see, there was another question I saw that I kind of ignored. Let's go read that now. By the way, I got a Mr. Toasty, and Mini Dutchman Green. Oh yeah, I think those are decent stat pets. I mean, the classifieds are definitely worth a lot more than they are stat-wise, except for like Cosmic Wing and the higher ones. But, so yeah, Toasty is really cool to have for rarity and stuff. And then the Green Dutchman has decent stats and is also a limited, so that's pretty good too. Even if I go into a new server, it's bugged and not for anyone else. One of the things that you could be seeing, instead of the ghosts may not be no-clipped, but sometimes ghosts respawn invisible after vacuuming them for the first time. And so what you have to do is kind of zoom into first person and they'll reappear. It's a really common glitch that's been occurring in Ghost Simulator for forever and is just due to lag and stuff, causing models to not really appear, and you have to zoom in to fix it, and it's really obnoxious. But yeah, there's the selling to quick teleport back to the first area can solve a lot of the clipping issues. I know a lot of times I will fall through the world when I load into an area just because it loads me in and then hasn't quite loaded in the island below me, which is interesting. Can I join you? I'm playing in a private server currently, which means no one, no matter if you're my friend or not, can join me. I prefer to play solo in basically all aspects of games, so sorry. If the game hasn't loaded, how is it loaded enough for me to load the animation of loading? Computers load stuff in a specific order, so some stuff like that is loaded first, and then other aspects of the game are slowly loaded. It just takes a lot of a lot of time for everything to get loaded properly, so it might be a while. But it's not just the ghost. I can't move anywhere without myself going into the ground. Yeah, that sounds like a really weird issue. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that. But yeah. I'm assuming you might be. I think one of the things is when you equip your hoverboard, sometimes you'll end up glitched a little bit into the ground, which is also another common problem. And usually, what I do is jump before hoverboarding, so I don't get stuck in the ground. Since that, if I'm not on the ground, I can't get stuck in the ground when I equip a hoverboard. As you've probably been seeing in my grinding, I'm basically doing it unconsciously at this point in time, so I don't get stuck. It's just kind of one of those things that you have to adjust for in the game if you're using your hoverboard. But if you're glitching into the ground like just by walking, that's definitely some form of Roblox error on your side. Make sure you're like updated to the current version of Roblox, which you probably are. And I don't know how else to problem solve that. Other than like unglitching yourself when it happens. But yeah. Yeah, if you try to join someone from their profile when they're in a different world, it gets a little buggy and you usually end up in a main hub server that they're not in. Since for some reason you can't really join people properly when they aren't in a main hub. It just has to do with how Roblox handles like join requests for games. Instead of like trying to figure out which game or which world they're in the game, they just kind of go to the default one, which is it just me or is the game glitch? No, that seems to be that's definitely a glitch, and also probably just you. That's definitely not normal for the legs to be non-collidable. Make sure, I mean, if you're using like a standard avatar, it's definitely weird. But if you're using something like Arthro or something, its legs could be non-collidable and causing problems. So yeah. I think Anonymous is probably spawned, so we'll go grab that really quick and then probably convert gum once I'm done with this. Yeah, definitely once you've played a game for a long time, you have those hotkeys like kind of memorized, and all of it's really just muscle memory at that point. Like me when I'm jumping before equipping the hoverboard, it's all muscle memory and not really thinking about it. Me doing like the gum grinding cycles, I get so used to it, I kind of just do it naturally. But yeah. When Void just released, you could join a friend that was in it, even if you didn't have enough levels, and one of my friend managed to beat the game that way. Oh, that's definitely interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of weird glitches that have been introduced since the Void, with joining different worlds when you're not supposed to and stuff like that. And that's just kind of been multiplied with how the rebirths have worked, so that you have to rebirth quickly, so people have been trying to figure out how to get into the Void early. But yeah. It's definitely interesting to see all the different bugs that turn up in Ghost Simulator. Yeah. I think once we're done with this boss, we'll convert Gum, as I said, and then probably head over to the final boss. I probably will only be getting one boss Gum from this, so I'll have to go dip into my Ghostly Gum for the last one. But yeah, I'll be showing you guys a few of the cool things. It's still bugged and is now affecting others. Yeah, Ghost Sim, from what I've heard, it's not the like most efficient codes and stuff. Mostly just because that's just kind of how games work. You usually don't have the most efficient stuff, and there's usually tons of bugs everywhere that you just don't really know how to solve. Especially with like Roblox and stuff, where there isn't too much how-tos and stuff. But anyways, let's go convert all of the scum. But yeah. Wait, you haven't opened the event chest? No, I mean, the rewards are basically known of them. It's Clingy, Andy Ball, and then Conk's Tonk. So I didn't really see a reason to open them. Looks like we just did get the one glitchy boss scum. But yeah. What was I trying to say? But I don't really see a reason to open them, and since they aren't tradable, I don't see a reason to have non-tradable stuff in my inventory too much. So they don't really take up space here, so might as well just leave them here for the time being, until I do figure out some better space for them. Anyways, we're going to go head over to Blocks by HQ, and go do the boss a few times there. Maybe first we'll glitch out of the map, but let's see. We'll see. But yeah, Roblox games have a lot of bugs related to Roblox physics and stuff. Like, see there, I glitched out of the map. Oh, I think I'm seeing your guys' problem. Okay. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. I think I now understand why everyone's been complaining. Yeah, this is, yep, Black Spot HQ is definitely glitchy. Yeah, okay, I don't think this is a U issue. I think this is a definite game issue. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, let's carefully... Okay, is this solid? Yeah, okay. See, lol? Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I don't think I need to worry too much about glitching on the map with this sort of stuff, going on. We are doomed. What if it's the devs trolling everyone? Yeah, this is a big problem. I'm afraid to unequip my hoverboard and afraid to see what happens when we go back into the boss fight. Since if the boss fight could have the same clipping problems, it could be a very interesting fight. Unequip hoverboard, lol. I think I'm going to get into the boss fight and then figure out what the problem is. But this is awful. I did not expect this to be a real problem. I was fully expecting this to be but yeah, it looks like other games are breaking. It isn't Ghost Simulator, other games are breaking. Okay, then it's probably something to do with Roblox physics, changing how the physics work on stuff. Yeah, don't be too harsh on the devs. I think it's probably a Roblox update that's caused this. So, you know, if anyone, yeah, okay, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Shouldn't have unequipped my hover. Wait. Yeah, no. This is definitely not normal. I think I'll probably be ending the stream if this is going to be how the game acts. So yeah. I'm doing Alien Boss in Main Hub and it's just rocking around the map. Yeah, I think Roblox is having a little bit of difficulty, so I think this is hilarious. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's hilarious, but, you know, yeah, might be something we just come back to. Rejoin maybe. You know, I think this is one of those things where I kind of just give up on it. Let's see. I do kind of wonder what happens. Ounce. Yeah, okay. Yeah, doesn't work. That glitch only appears on new servers. Yeah, okay. I think we need it. This is going to be one of the problems that Roblox will have to deal with. So, sorry to everyone who I assume that this glitch was something on your end. This seems to be a very big Roblox glitch. And there's no way for me to be able to be doing the final boss with this. Since I do lose my hoverboard eventually, there is literally no way for me to even think about doing it. Yeah, so older servers I'd assume will work, but I'm assuming a Roblox update in the last like hour or so probably made this problem occur, and so all new servers created after that point are having this problem. So I think this bug's probably already been reported like 5 or 10 times on each Roblox game, and they kind of just have to tell people, sorry, nothing we can do about it. So yeah, we'll maybe if you join me. Yeah, this just gets more glitchy the more I play with it. Yeah, you know, it would work if I did join you, but I don't think I will be able to. I think that I just kind of think this is more funny than it's anything else. The fact that you occasionally just glitch through everything, I think it's hilarious, but it's definitely not. Okay. Alright, we're falling out of the map now. My VIP is fine. Yeah. Okay, let's. I think it's the collision with different stuff is definitely gone. The way of the thing. And I think I just unloaded the ghost so it fell to its death potentially. But yeah, this is more. I don't think there's any way for me to come back to this. Let's just glitch through a wall really quick. There we go. We're almost there. Yeah, okay. This is very interesting glitch, being able to, I think the collisions just turn off for a little bit. Oh, I think the portal, the eyes supporting it just kind of disappeared. Or I think the whole thing just disappeared. But yeah. Never been in here. Whoa, this is just weird. Yeah. I don't think we're going to be doing anything else productive on this stream. So, looks like Roblox is having a little bit of issues with rendering hitboxes and stuff like that. So, yeah. We'll fall to our death, so we respawn. But you know, this should make doing this bow puzzle a little bit easier for all you guys. Instead of having to worry about it, you can just kind of wait and then glitch through this wall. Or, you know, glitch into the ceiling. But yeah, that's it's just a small issue. Oh, Roblox really messed up this time. Yeah, this is a bit more than a small issue. This basically makes all games on Roblox unplayable, which I think is hilarious. But, you know, yeah, well, there's not much I can do about it, so I think it's just kind of fun to play around with. I was going to show you guys how to glitch through, like, walls and stuff with Slay to Slay, but, with physics how they are, I don't think you guys are going to have any trouble with glitching through anything, really. Like, I mean, like, walls just don't exist. Like, literally, walls just don't exist anymore. You know. I'm playing in a different game, so working all right. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that this is something that Roblox is going to probably fix pretty quickly, probably within like 10 to 20 minutes. So it's probably already patched. But like, seriously, I think the fact that it happened is just hilarious. But yeah, let's get back into the. I think I'll rejoin my private server. There's not much more. I think not more reason to stay in this server, other than, you know, having fun and glitching through stuff, which I can do basically anyways. So yeah, I'll quickly go join a different server and then see if this fixes it. But yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Oh, who knows? Who knows what the problem is? This seems to be a pretty hilarious issue. Main hub seems to be fixed. I haven't glitched through the floor yet, so I think it's safe to say Roblox decided to fix the issue or something, or it's central to Bloxbyte HQ or something. But whatever the issue is, it seems to be fixed. No idea which end that is broken. I'm assuming, yeah, it's probably Roblox physics just decided to break for a little bit. It seems like it's patched now. I'm not able to clip through anything like I was before. I mean, nothing that I wasn't able to clip through before, you know. I mean, you can still clip out of bounds pretty easily, but, you know, that's not too big of an issue. Are you joined an old server? Since I'm in a private server, every new server I join is going to be a newer server. So I'm going to say the problem's been fixed for now. If you're in a server, probably just leave it. But yeah, looks like everything's fixed now. We can go do the boss fight. But yeah. That was hilarious. I definitely have a different version of hilarious than game developers, since they would find the fact that something broke that badly frightening. But whatever. Yeah, who knows what caused it? Someone could have moved the wrong variable to somewhere, something like that. But whatever the problem is, it's now been patched, which is perfect. I mean, it definitely could have caused a few problems with some games where they have like VIP lounges and stuff like that, where people could just instantly get into those. But I can't imagine too much of a problem issued in Ghost Simulator from this. But to skip. But yeah. Anyways, when you're doing final boss, what I like to do is just focus on one pillar at a time, keeping an eye on the boss, so that you kind of always know what's going on, so you can easily avoid attacks. But like the main thing about doing the final boss that you want to do is just always be shooting something, since that's really the only time loss you'll lose is if you aren't shooting something. Like this pillar should be going down
quickly. I'm soft locked. Yeah, that seems to be a problem with Ghost Simmer right now, is that you keep falling through the floor. Physics seems to be broken. Rejoining sometimes helps. But yeah, this should be falling about now. But yeah. Someone was in that server. Yeah, I think this no clip problem is pretty funny. It was probably a Roblox end issue with collisions, since people said other games were having the same problems. But yeah, I think it's fine. It seemed to get patched pretty quickly. But yeah, I fell through everything. Yeah, you could go through walls, you could go through the floor really easily. Collision was just kind of busted. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I think it's back now. Yeah, unfortunately data stores are not always the best in Roblox. There are a few errors sometimes where things just kind of get deleted. I don't think I've had too many problems with that. Oh man. But yeah, I know Roblox data stores can have some big problems every once in a while. So, sheesh. Yeah, that makes it even more hilarious. That bow sprite is just randomly sitting in main hub or something. We'll switch over to this one while we're watching the orbs. Not really. Watching the orbs. Yeah. Usually that's kind of what support is for. Unfortunately, usually when data stores go down, there's really no way to prove that you ever had it, which is definitely obnoxious. This player's probably at like half health, so like 6 more shots or something. Ouch. It's been a while since I last did the final boss, and that's kind of showing. Hayes, you may be lucky, the only person who managed to record that. Yeah, that was definitely a very interesting bug. I'm assuming Roblox... No, there's definitely going to be other people who have it recorded. There's enough people playing Roblox that you're going to have some of it recorded by someone else. But I think that was pretty funny. The fact that it happened during the stream is even better. But whatever. No, but there's definitely going to be clips of that shown everywhere. But whatever. We'll get done with this final boss. This is going to be probably a slower final boss than usual, probably closer to like 16 to 17 minutes, since I've not done it in a while and quite slow. It was the Void. Oh yeah, that's interesting. I think happening in the Void could be a little bit buggy, since you could glitch into like the final area and start like a bow fight. Which is probably the only way that it could be really breaking on Ghost Simulator, and even then it only skips like an hour. Like other games, I think would be the biggest thing is you could get into areas you really shouldn't, like other simulators where they don't have like the antenna locks and stuff like that. It could definitely, you could just glitch into like an area you shouldn't be in, and get like the best thing for free, like the best chest or something. Which could be interesting. Oh, nice. Yeah, getting that cane for a bow is kind of difficult to complete that maze. I got the cane without completing the maze. Oh, nice job. Just kind of glitched to the top of it. I can definitely see that happening. At this point, yeah, I think we can... I just realized I was shooting the boss. I'm way out of practice with final boss. But yeah, it's definitely we can thank Roblox for adding a little bit of comedy into the thing. Alright, let's see. I should be probably going down soon. I don't know how long I've been shooting anything anymore. But yeah. Wait, I'm in the top part of the castle. It's probably the only server. Yeah, sometimes those bugs get very... when they get fixed really quickly, you can get a server with them still being in it. And that's kind of nice. But yeah. What is even going on? Roblox physics engine for collisions is broken, I think. It just kind of slightly broke. So you're able to, like, every second or so glitch into walls and, like, no collision. It's a weird bug. But yeah, it's cool. It's slightly game breaking. But it's not really too much of a problem for Ghost Sim, I don't think. For other games where you have, like, things free stuff locked behind walls is going to be, like, the biggest thing is lots of people can end up just glitching through walls and getting that free stuff. So there might be a few developer complaints about it, but who cares? Let's do that overcharge. What is your opinion on Brookhaven? I haven't played that game. I really haven't played any. It does sound like a role-playing game, which my general opinion on role-playing games is that I don't like them. They have their purpose, but I don't really like them. Time to fight Bo. Yeah, fighting Bo is, it's interesting. This green eye should be going, or I will get flung out of that pillar. Whichever one of those is more likely. Blue eye has like 5 health left, so it should be going down really quickly. Green eye is probably around health. And then red eye is still full health. Yeah, I don't think it was probably the smartest idea trying to do a bow boss while you're having those kind of clipping issues. You probably will end up clipped through the ground to begin with, and just tons of problems like that. The shield went supersized. Yeah, I think that's been reported. I think for the first thing of it, it just kind of its size dimensions are wrong. After that, it kind of fixes, but it is definitely a bug I think I know about. But yeah. Definitely I need to remember that the small ghosts are not to be trifled with, since they can get really annoying and push you into other stuff. Oh, there we go. Last, or 2 more phases. We're going to be a bit slower than my normal, but that's fine. Ow. When I rebirthed for the first time, it was so hard to get used to not having magnet. Yeah, magnet is one of those things where once it's easy enough to get that most people are used to it, and once you rebirth, you aren't quite, you kind of forget that you don't have it. It's weird. It's both useful and not useful at the same time, so that it turns into one of those things that you don't really miss. Let's just kind of keep shooting. Hey, I overcharged. That was I like how I overcharged and it didn't delete the ghosts. Probably like a perfectly timed thing. But yeah. I've witnessed a bald Bo. Oh, I mean, Bo doesn't have hair, but yeah, he always does wear that top hat, doesn't he? I'm trying to remember if he has or hasn't. No, yeah. So, that could definitely be pretty bad. Alright, we can kind of just chill here. We should be completing the boss in this cycle at least, in the next few shots. Time acceleration time. Yeah, that's probably the worst time I've ever done on that phase, except for maybe the one time where I had it glitched up in the ceiling for like 10 whole minutes. That could have been probably worse. But yeah, let's chill here. Anyways, as we're coming up to the end, I just do have to say I am going to be showing you guys how to use a boss gum for this fight, so you get the multiplier. So if anyone does want to know how to do that, you can just kind of pay a little bit of attention coming up. But yeah, boss should be falling in about 2 more shots, so if overcharge does any damage, that probably should have killed it. So probably overcharge doesn't do any damage to him. To them. Out. Can I get out of this? It should die before the swing. I definitely miscalculated that one. Miserably. When I rebirth, I haven't finished every questline, so there's some questline badges I haven't gotten. Yeah, a lot of people rebirth before completing all of the game for the first time. So they definitely have that. So now that we're into this final cutscene, by clicking on this hoverboard, locked hoverboard, you can access your inventory. So pretty easy to use. Go use a glitchy boss gum anytime during this cutscene. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't complete the game before rebirthing, so they don't actually have all that knowledge of the game, plus they don't have the pets that you get from that, or any of that understanding of the game, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd rather have people like do the whole game first, and probably even grind a lot before rebirthing, so they know how the game works. They get a little bit better pets. They have gum. So I definitely recommend doing stuff before rebirthing instead of just instantly rebirthing once you get there. And as you can see, we get 8 bags or keys or whatever, since the model still hasn't been made like a year later. You know, standard developer stuff, not making models. Oh, I didn't finish Fern's Quest and the one in front of Boxblade HQ. Oh boy. That's interesting. I mean, I would recommend doing Fern every life since she's pretty quick, gives you boss bait and like 33 crate keys, which is really helpful for unboxing stuff in the void. So I would recommend doing her. Yeah, Jax don't do. The one in front of the Boxblade HQ, I'm assuming you're talking about Bovin. Which most people don't do before rebirthing, and it's a lot easier to do after you have a free rebirth, I think. But yeah. I just got a wormhole. Oh, nice job. Those things can be really hard to get, and they're actually quite valuable. Actually, we'll vote skip. But yeah, definitely very good job on that. I gave Skyhopper to a good cause. Yeah, sometimes when you trade for some of those luck-based stuff like crate keys or those, you can actually get quite a lot better than what you were really expecting. Man, getting bullied today. Usually I wouldn't recommend trading for obtainables like loot bags and stuff with limiteds, but if in that case you did kind of, those wormholes is a little bit valuable. I probably have a lower sense of value than most people, but whatever. We'll go do 10%. Yeah, Bovin and Joven, those pet inventory quest lines, they kind of just save, so you don't need to worry about completing them in one life. They save over each life, mostly just since pet space, they don't want people either losing pet space or getting multiple of them, so yeah. There we go. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Switch over to this one so I can keep an eye on the little orbs. Yeah, definitely making sure that you avoid attacks while making sure to also keep shooting something is probably definitely my advice for doing the final boss. Making sure to always be shooting something. How much did I miss? Probably not too much, I don't think. One boss battle. A little bit of map Roblox breaking. Not too much. You know, standard stuff in today's work. Roblox deciding to completely break its physics engine. Like, I don't even have Discord open, and I'm sure Discord just became a mess. Like, even without, I'm sure all Roblox games, like, their Discords just kind of blew up with people complaining, a lot of people speculating, and, like, in the end, it's kind of it's normal enough for me, at least, since kind of bugs like that just do kind of happen and show up, for me not to be too surprised with it, but at the same time, it's quite hilarious that something that big broke. It's cool to be able to talk to one of my favorite YouTubers. What? Thank you. It does help that I'm currently really small. A lot of bigger YouTubers that most people enjoy, you can't really because of how many people are in a thing. So being really small is definitely helpful with that. I'm glad you're enjoying my content. It's definitely interesting to see people actually watch videos and stuff. I'm used to creating content on YouTube that no one watches. Like, many of my videos have like 5 views, and like half of them are myself. So it's definitely interesting to see that. In bug reports, this shows someone falling through the ground. Yeah. I need loot gums. But grinding is so hard. Yeah, grinding for those gums can be really difficult if you don't have defense items. It also just takes a while anyways, so, yeah. I can't really shoot this one and keep an eye on the boss, unfortunately. That's not good. But Ghost Simulator doesn't have too many people who play it, but it's still awesome game, better than Bubble. Yeah. A lot of those simulators, like basic simulators, not going to throw Rumble Studio under the bus, but I'm throwing you under the bus. It's very basic stuff, and it's just the same thing over and over again, with no real depth to it, which is kind of why they die out so quickly. And really, there's no reason for anyone to really play them other than just, you know, MM2 is the same way, where the only reason it's popular is because it's popular. It's it's a terrible game. Sorry, MM2. Not really. You guys, it never updates. But yeah, whereas Ghost Simulator actually keeps up its updates, so everyone who plays it actually really does enjoy it. Do you play Bubblegum Simulator? No, I haven't played Bubblegum Simulator since the 2019 Halloween event, or Christmas event, I think. Maybe it was 2018. Whatever. The first Christmas event, after that I kind of left the game. Too much luck-based, RNG, stuff like that, where it was just too stupid. Anyways, we're about to go flying, I think. No, we aren't. Okay. I'm not sure what Rebirth to choose. I would suggest choosing any of the top 3 if you haven't chosen them already. After that, going for as many of the Oculus Overseers as you need. I have a whole video on this, so you can watch that. And then after that, Tycoons. So if you're indecisive and you've already picked the top 3 and as many Oculus Overseers as you need, going for Ecto Token Tycoon or Soul Tycoon is going to be the best thing for you to do. Probably Ecto Token. But I would guess more likely than not, going for some Oculus Overseers is probably going to be the better thing for you right now. I don't have any more than 1 mythic, so I'm trying to get more. Yeah, grinding for better stuff is definitely pretty fun to do. Especially with Final Boss, you can get pretty good stats pretty easily, so that's pretty fun. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely... Ghost Simulator is definitely an interesting simulator in terms of how you play it and the amount of context behind it. So it's very difficult and complex, which really does contribute to it being underrated, since many people find it hard to get into or hard to understand. But yeah. I'm trying to get Flash since it matches my name. Oh yeah, Flash, the Flash one from, I think it's the mythical from Diddy's, or whatever. What kind of pets are you using? 3 Oculus Overseers, a mini Final, mini Dutchman from the event, and then a mini Dino from the Ghost Division loot bags. So pretty standard pets, nothing too extraordinary. Hey, that was my inventory you just took away. Have you got a classified pet? I've gotten a few classified boards, but no classified pets. And especially none of the newer, higher stat ones. Hopefully, in the next 2 weeks I will get one. It isn't too hard to grind for, especially compared to like Cloudwave and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. But yeah. None of the Bloxbite ones yet. It's definitely going to be one of my goals. Since the classifieds are really high in stats. Really high in stats and quite easy to get. Let's zoom. I can't zoom in all the way, unfortunately. Yeah, I got a Twister. Yeah, Twister isn't too valuable. That and Rainwave are quite easy to get. Once you get up to like Sunning and Zing and stuff, that's when you start getting to the more valuable ones. But even then, they're not too valuable. Usually above Splash is considered rare. Yeah, I'll probably when I do start unboxing, just do all of them at the same time. Just doing unboxing one from each and then running around. Since that cycle seems to be the really fast way, and since I really don't care which one I get, since I already have the rest of the everything else from each of the crates, I don't need to go for anything specifically. I just need to kind of unbox everything. So I'll be doing that. But yeah, this will probably, or I think I have to do one more final boss after this. So but yeah. Yeah. Definitely some of those things, they're not worth anything, but they're still rare enough to be, or cool enough to use. just me, or was that a lot of swords? Yeah, the amount of grinding is ridiculous. Should be going down in about a few more seconds, probably around a minute. Alright, now. Ghost Sim is one of the only games I actually enjoy grinding in. Yeah, I think a lot of people that play Ghost Simulator, it's hard to get into, but once you get into it, it's really nice to understand. It looks like we're one of the developers now. Anyways, yeah. It's basically the only Roblox game I've played in the last year, so, oh, we're using, gum. We still have time. Where's my inventory? I think because I had it open before, it doesn't want to open now, which is unfortunate. No! Alright, that's unfortunate that I was unable to use a gum for that. Should I go... Okay, let's do one more thing, and then I'll go open all these keys, and be a very... just kind of do what I usually... Which I never really suggested other people to do, and spend all their keys right when they get them. Because, you know, why not? Why not just add a bit more luck to this, and open, like, 18 keys, and see if we get anything good. What is your favorite Ghost Sim update? I really like how they implemented rebirths. Although, I have really liked a lot of the events have been good. I would say favorite update would probably be when they first added the backdoor. Since that basically added so much more content that they could expand into and stuff like that. Just made a lot more sense to how the game progressed. Congrats on 400 subs. Why, thank you. Yeah, it's been a weird journey. In terms of Ghost Simulator, or in terms of my channel. Like, I'm checking. Oh wow, I already have over 420 subscribers. I was not expecting. Like, I started today. I haven't really covered much content recently, and so I was kind of like, at around like 410 subscribers, like last time I checked. Which was like a few days ago. And then I checked this morning before doing the stream, and it was already at like 450, and I'm like, okay, by the end of this stream, I'll be probably getting closer to 420. And, you know, and I'm already over that point by this stream, and it's not even been one of my longer streams. It's going to be a little bit shorter, actually probably around my average at this point, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. I forgot where the Ghost World green key is. The Pixie and Fairy are the where you have those flutter ghosts or whatever, the ones with the wings, in that far island. It's on there next to a rock, I think. It's hard to describe. It's kind of just sitting on the island randomly, but yeah. It's one of the harder keys to find. I always get a little bit stumped with finding those keys. I mean, some of them, like the one in Junkyard, or no, not Junkyard, the building site, are easy enough to remember since they're literally in just the farthest area where most keys usually are hidden. But yeah, remembering them when like Ghost World is just a mess in terms of finding things. So yeah. Alright, there we go. Completed the first phase. Yeah, once I get these 18 keys, I'll go use them and spend them very frivolously. I usually suggest people to grind up to like 1,000 or so keys before unboxing for big stuff like this. And I probably will grind up to like 200 or 300 before my next unboxing. But I feel like during this stream, I want to just get a little bit of, you know, a little bit of hype more for the unboxing, or for a little bit more in this stream. But yeah. Yeah, when you're going through the game, a lot of the random, like, items that are hidden, they make no sense to you until, like, later on when you actually get to the quest where you need them. Like rings and such, you kind of just are confused why this is sitting here, until you actually get to it. Like the obbies, I tried to do an obby, like the thing before I got the hoverboard, and I was just kind of confused on what it was for. And when I got to it, I'm like, why is there nothing here? And then later, once I got to the quest, I'm like, oh, this makes more sense. I'd never be able to grind final boss around 1,000 times. Yeah, that's what gum is for. Gum really speeds up the amount of time that you get from the final boss. So that's a big reason why I'll be getting a lot of keys. The other thing is like two times boss drops is also going to play a pretty big help in getting those keys. So overall, I'll probably only be doing it like 125 times compared to like the 1,000 keys I'll be getting. But still, that's a pretty decent chunk of times to do the boss. I probably will only be as I said, I'll probably only get like 200 or 200 to 500 keys only. Not even going to have like a decent chance at getting a classified. It'd just be more of a lucky thing. Anyways, like I don't really expect to get a classified anytime soon. I'm just more doing it because it's content. So yeah. With glitchy gum, it'll only be 250 times. Yeah, if you're grinding the final boss for a classified, I would suggest, if you don't have the 2 times boss drops already, getting that 2 times boss drops will make everything so much quicker. Let's hopefully get over here in time. It looks like we barely made that. We'll switch eyes while that's behind, and then switch back once we're over here. Red eye should be going down. It's been a while since I did the final boss, so I'm a little bit rusty on my timings and stuff like that, but it's kind of to be expected. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend grinding final boss without game passes, like at all. I mean, most of since like it's going to be kind of slow. You can, and it is still going to be, you're going to get 1 key every 15 minutes, but I don't think that's decent enough of a chance to really warrant grinding it. Go ahead if you want, though. Like, grinding is fun no matter if you're actually getting good rewards out of it or not. Yeah. Let's see. It's funny how when you jump up into that platform up there, it kind of just flings you. I find that hilarious. I think the devs in it are glidable, and when you hit one of them, since they're moving with you, they kind of just chuck you in a random direction, or ish. Okay, there we go. Oh, one more shot on it, unfortunately. There we go. Oh, that's a rip. Yeah, Music Meadows is one of the longer ones to get, with glitchy loot gun. It isn't too hard, but that's a lot of items to collect, even if they do drop like 5 at a time. Or I think even might be even less than 5. So that's going to take a little while for you to, that's kind of an ouch. Thank you. Ah. There we go. Back to shooting that, and then back to shooting that. Yeah, always facing towards where these orbs are coming from can really help with your just avoiding the attacks in general, allowing you to shoot better. But yeah, there goes the blue one. Green one should be if we can avoid getting hit. If we can avoid getting hit. I really don't like how the stuns just last for like a random amount of time. It's just really annoying to sometimes just be like permanently stunned, and then other times like basically get up instantly. It's just kind of annoying. But yeah, this is going to be the last time I do the final boss. And then I'll go unbox all 18 keys and see if I get anything good, which I won't. Spoiler alert. 18 keys is nowhere near good enough. I might get a dev head. Even then, I probably won't get a developer head. They're pretty rare. But yeah. Get over here to overcharge to deal a 10%. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a relief. Sometimes getting all those, sometimes when you just have leftover items from other quests and stuff, that's really nice. But yeah, there you go. Just do something like spawning ghosts so I can just kill you faster. I guess that works, assuming I can find a platform. Yeah, I did not find a platform. But yeah, here we're going to go into the last two stages, assuming I didn't get hit there. There we go. And so I should be able to, like, finish off. I did say at some point no. Yeah, okay. We'll be using 12 keys. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, that gum that I was planning on using. Well, we just have it for later, I guess. I forgot about opening inventory and that I would do that. That's my fault, 100%. Hello, Foxy. Whatever, 12 keys. Yeah, I feel like we might as well just still use the 12 keys. It's not going to be anything good, but you know. Might as well. It's a big rip that I forgot to use that. Forgot about the inventory opening. But yeah, whatever. Also, I've noticed that the mini final hovers a little bit more, so you have a little bit more leniency on these sides. But yeah, what time is it where you're at? It's currently 10 before 11 a.m. So really, it's quite early in the morning on Pacific Standard or PS or Pacific time, whatever we're at, daylight or whatever, whatnot. I'm never quite sure. But yeah, it's about 10. I'll be ending this stream around 11 after opening all 12 keys worth of crates I can open. Probably not getting anything good since, you know, RNG is bad. But yeah. So, okay. So yeah, I'm like an hour behind you. Hello, game. I would like to stand up. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like the... Okay, I say that and then I get hit. Yeah. Do. like there, I instantly got up, but like all the other 2 times I got knocked down, I was down for like forever. It's definitely inconsistent. Alright, so should just be able to chill here and defeat it. And yeah, this will be my last time grinding the boss. And basically the last little thing for the stream. Yep, I had my inventory open, so I can't open it now. Which is a little bit annoying, but, you know, it's not too much of an issue. I can use the boss gum later anyways. And so now we'll go use, like, the 12 keys that I have to hopefully, you know, get a corrupted head. I am missing Joven's since I did a small trade for something else. But yeah. We'll go through all of the crates. Probably start with Coven, and then just open one at a time. Kind of like this. Get nothing good. Ow, that was a pet. Wonder if we'll even get any mythicals. Probably not, looking at this. What I've currently got, yeah, we're like 0 for 0 on getting good stuff. Those are my last 2 crates. And we got a creepy cat, so basically nothing good we got from any of those 12 crates, but whatever. It's kind of to be expected, wasn't too many crates. We'll be using the rest of my boss gum at some point. Maybe do a little bit of grinding. It's a lot of boss gum that I'll need to use eventually. Not too much keys, so that might take a while. But yeah. Do you have the mini guard pet? Imagine if you got a classified on stream, that would be ridiculous. I do not have the mini guardian pet yet. I don't really feel like I need to go grind for it at any point. Maybe if I ever get a lot of gums, it would be fun, but yeah, it's not really one of the things I'm planning on doing anytime soon. Let's see. Alright, yeah, I don't think there's anything else for me to do this stream. Thank you guys all for watching. It was a very fun stream. I didn't really get too much done, although I do have now a net gain of like 2 boss gum, since I forgot to use them on the previous one, which is kind of all right. Oh, and I can't zoom in, so probably have an F9 error somewhere. But yeah, lots of F9 errors. That is not good. Anyways, with that said, with all these errors, yeah, bye. Thank you guys for the much love and support that you guys really did. And I think it's about time for me to go walk my dog. She's been telling me that she needs a walk.